Did I just catch you having fun?
Paving this shit crank.
Welcome to my channel, ladies and gentlemen, aliens and Martians. It's your favorite Scorpio from Pluto. Like, subscribe, and like. If you don't like my channel, then you can go take a hike. And that song, not period, but that song, but yeah. So, I'm gonna be telling y'all about why my ex-best friend is my ex-best friend. Respectfully. But no, I'm just playing. But no, for real though. So I'm sorry, y'all. I keep zoning out, but I'm not used to being on camera. It feel awkward because I'm not talking to well, I'm talking to y'all, but I'm not talking to nobody face to face. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So basically, in 2018. Okay, it was in 2018 because in 2017, I had my sweet 16. And I met her after my sweet 16. She wasn't at my birthday. But I was at her birthday in 2018. But let me stop playing. For real. Okay. So in 2018, basically, I had met this girl in school, in high school. So I was 17 when I was 16, going on 17 when I met her. So it was 2018. We had just started a new school year. And I am kind of an introvert. If you met me in person, you know that I talk to people that barely get talked to, like the quiet people at school. They'd be the crazy ones. But some of them be okay. But most of them be crazy. So you gotta watch out. You gotta pick and choose the ones you talk to. But this one, she was like, I don't have any. Okay. I ain't even gonna start with it. So it was a new school year. I was like, okay. I'm gonna try to make new friends and stuff. So, and be nice to the quiet girl, because she was very pretty. Dark-skinned girl. She had body. She had body on her. She had a backside. So, yeah, she was pretty. Like, real pretty. So, I was like, she is too cute to not have no friends. Why she ain't got no friends? So, when I spoke to her, she was like, yeah, I used to go to this school, but I left that school because I was getting bullied. I'm like, dang. I'm like, why you getting bullied? You too pretty to be getting bullied. Like, you too pretty to be getting bullied. Like, she had her hair done. She always had her sew-ins in. She always had, like, sometimes she'll have her makeup done. When she didn't have her sew-ins in, she had, like, really short hair, and she'll do twist outs, and I wanted her to do my twist out. So basically, I went to this girl. She invited me to her birthday party. She was like, I don't have much friends. It's gonna be like 13 girls there, but I doubt they're gonna show up. So I was like, okay. Well, I'll make sure I come. Just give me an invitation. I'm gonna give it to my mama. And I'm actually supposed to be going to Charleston, because that's where I'm from, y'all. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. But now I live in Atlanta. But, so she was like, yeah, so I'll just give you an invitation just in case. If you can make it, please try to make it. So I was like, okay. My mom barely let me go to people's birthday parties that she don't know, so this was crazy. So basically, she gave me her invitation. Her mama called my mama, and she was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there or whatever, which her mama was there. So her mama was in a room. Well, okay, restart. So she gave me the invitation. I was like, okay, cool. After I knew her for like a couple weeks. And so I went to Charleston, came back, and the same night I went to her party. So, well, her hotel party, which, her hotel party. So I went to her hotel party, and it was nobody there, y'all. It was like gift bags, like a bunch. Okay, so as soon as you walk into the room, it's a bunch of gift bags on the table, like 13, 14 gift bags, and a bunch of balloons that said birthday girl. And I'm like, dang, like, really? Nobody came to this girl party? Like, I felt bad. I was like, wow. Like, I didn't know stuff like that actually happened. Like, nobody showed up except for one girl. She was like, oh, well, two of my friends couldn't come because they had kids. And I was like, what about, like, the other 8? She was like, oh, well, they couldn't come. Some of them didn't answer and some of them just couldn't come. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna judge you. Okay, that's cool. So, because, stuff happens. So, she was like, yeah, they couldn't come. I'm like, cool, okay. So what? We finna get lit by ourselves. Because I'm the party. So I was like, we finna get lit by ourselves. So she was like, okay, that's cool. So, I felt bad for her and everything. So I was like, is there anything I could do? Like, I already gave her money inside her gift card, but I didn't want her spending her money. So I was like, is there anything you could do? She was like, yeah. Well, is there anything I could do? She's like, yeah. I was like, what can I do? She said, well, I smoke. Do you smoke? I was like, I don't smoke. And she was like, well, I want to, I was like, ain't your mama across the hallway? She was like, yeah, but she pretty cool, whatever. I said, okay. So, what do you want me to do? She was like, you could buy weed. I was like, illegal substances. You want me to buy illegal substances? She was like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So I had like $50-$60 on me that night. So what I had done was, I had went and I called out one of my friends. I was like, hey girl, do you have gas? She was like, yeah, I'm actually with the dealer now. I'm like, okay. I was scared, y'all. I was like, okay. So I call her. She come there with a dude in a busted up car. I was like, who is this? She's like, girl, that's me. And she hopped out the car. And I was like, oh, okay, what's up? So we sitting there talking for a while. I'm shaking. I'm like, I'm about to get arrested. So we sitting there talking. And so she was like, we was talking. And so eventually I ended up asking her for the gas. And she gave it to me for like $40. And so I was like, here you go, your birthday gift or whatever. And it was like, oh, well, I got a blunt. So y'all want to smoke? I was like, I won't smoke. So she went over there and started smoking and stuff. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all, she was tripping when the plug showed up. So my friend showed up with a guy who was the plug. And she was tripping. Like, she was like, oh my God. I was like, girl, what's wrong with you? And so she was like, I'll tell you later. And then the dude was like, looking at her like she was crazy. Anyway, so, basically we ended up, well, they ended up smoking and all, and after that they left. And so me, her, and my friend went to the room, and then we was talking and everything, and I kept asking her, why was you acting like that when I do was here, or when my friend was here or whatever? Do you have a problem with them? She was like, no, we're cool. So I was like, okay. So the next day, my the plug dude had ended up texting me, and he was like, hey. I was like, I didn't answer at first. I read it. He texted me again. He was like, hey. And I was like, everybody always trying to flirt with me. Like, dang. So I texted back. I was like, sup? I said, what's up? He was like, oh, do you need some gas? I'm like, usually if you want gas, you contact the plug. The plug don't contact you. So I said, I don't smoke. And so after that, then he was like, what'd he say? He was like, oh, okay. And so he didn't text back. And then a couple hours later, he was like, what you doing? I'm like, minding my business. And then he was like, oh, well, you wanna hang out sometime? And I was like, he was cute. So I was like, sure. So after that, me and him ended up talking, and then for a while, like months. And so she eventually ended up telling me, oh, well, the reason I was acting crazy was because I had with him. And I was like, you had with him when? She was like, okay, well, basically my boyfriend was treating me wrong, and that he was my boyfriend's friend, so I went and slept with him, but it only lasted like 10 seconds. And I was like, okay. And so that's like after the feelings were already involved, and me and him was already talking and everything. So I was like, dang, like, you told me late as you told me really late. So I hate when people do that. So basically, she was like, yeah, well, I'm sorry. I should have been told you this a long time ago. And I'm like, yeah, you should have, because feelings already got involved, and I already like him. Me and him already went on a date and everything, and he been buying me food. And so she was like, well, you could talk to him. I don't have a problem. I'm like, are you sure you don't have a problem? She was like, yeah, I don't have a problem. I'm like, okay. And so basically, she kept talking trash. She was like, yeah, I did this. Me and him did that. And I was like, okay, like, it started getting to the point where it's ridiculous. And I was like, okay, girl. I was like, okay, you been there, done that with him. Like, do you have a problem that I'm talking to him? Because I will stop talking to him. She was like, no. I'm like, okay. So after that, months went by. A couple months went by. And then she, you know, she was talking to a lot of dudes or whatever. And I found out the reason that she was getting bullied, she said, was because she was sleeping with a lot of people. And so eventually somebody had recorded her, and, well, the dude that she was sleeping with had recorded her, and, well, those two had or whatever. So that's the reason she was getting bullied, was because he released it out to the whole school, and everybody was calling her and stuff like that. And so I was like, dang, like, girl, like, I mean, you are kind of acting like one. But I say that to her because she decided to get really offended. So basically, after she told me that the reason she was getting bullied was because people were filming her do inappropriate things with them or whatever, that's when stuff started happening. She started talking trash about the dude I was with or whatever. And so I was asking him, I was like, is this true or whatever? Because it's beginning to be a problem. I don't want to be with you if Shorty causing problems like this. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna deal with it. She asked him to bring her to serve her. So basically he was like, okay, I'm gonna serve you, but I got something for that. He didn't tell her that. He told me that. And so I was like, what you mean? And he was like, I'm not gonna tell you. So basically he said, I'm gonna call you back. Like 10 minutes went by. He called back and I see her calling me at the same time. I'm like, God, what happened? So I answered him and he's like, I give her oregano. I'm like, well, oregano. I'm like, oh my God. So she called me. Oh, I'm gonna F you up. You let your boyfriend give me oregano? I'm like, I didn't know that he did it. And so basically them two started arguing or whatever, going head to head. And I just like, I can't deal with neither of y'all right now because y'all doing too much. So after that, like that same weekend, I had told him that I'm gonna give it a time. I ain't gonna talk to him for much longer or whatever. So I hung up on him and I was like, yeah, I told him, I said, I can't really deal with neither of y'all. So I spoke to her and I was already trying to figure out a way to stop talking to her or whatever. But this girl was talking about how she had proudly got gonorrhea, chlamydia, and all this other type of stuff and everything. And she was like, yeah, I get it a lot, but I go to the doctor a lot, so I'm cool. I'm like, girl, that ain't nothing to be bragging about. So basically after that, I was talking to one of our friends. We're gonna call our friend Hot Dog, since she always in the middle of something. So yeah, so I was like, Hot Dog. So so I was like, girl, so she was like, yeah, did so-and-so tell you that she had gotten an STI again? I'm like, see. And then she was messing with like a 20-year-old. And she was like 17. No, she was messing with a 25-year-old. So we all young. We all still in high school. So I'm like, so I went to go talk to her or whatever. Well, I went to go talk to Hot Dog. And I was like, Hot Dog, tell me why, no, she said, tell me why, Candy done caught another STI. I said, see, I was talking to Hot Dog. I said, see, that's why I'm concerned about her. I didn't tell her to stop sleeping with all these people, and she young, you know, she don't want to catch something that she can't get rid of. And so Hot Dog did not tell me that Candy came into the house while I was talking and I was on speaker. So Hot Dog was like, no, Candy came, all I hear is a door slam. Oh, that B talking ass about me. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to stick up for you. You catching stuff. Like, that's not cute. And so basically I told her, I was like, well, I'm concerned about your health in a nice way. She's like, no, you talking ass about me. You don't need to be talking about my body. I'm like, okay. So yeah, so since she's already mad about her situation or whatever, and me talking on her situation and being a concerned friend, what she does is, for one, she said that she wanted to fight. I was fine with that. I was like, okay. And for two, don't y'all know this girl? She's like, I'm gonna call your mama. I didn't believe her because I was like, it's not that serious of a situation for you to call my mama. And so I just ignored it. So literally a day later, my mama screaming at me, Gabrielle, come in this room. I'm like, what do I do? Because she only called my phone in when she mad at me. So I was like, okay. So I went into the room. She's like, what? Tell me why your friend called my phone talking about you talking to a dealer, and she said that she was sleeping with the dealer. I'm like, see, I had nothing to say at that moment. I was just like, dang. So yeah, it was a whole lot of y'all. That joint was crazy. So yeah, then the next day, well, a couple days later, I saw her in school. Basically, my class was by her class, and so we always took the same route to class, and we always saw each other after and before class. So I was not seeing her for months. So the end of the year come, and I see this girl. We was taking finals, and you know how they schedule you for different classes, and each class has like seats you have to sit at. Yeah, so she was sitting right next to me, and I'm looking at her like, what we about to fight at? real, I was ready. But then she looked at me out the corner of her eye like, and then she looked away so quick. This girl finished her test. By the time the bell rung, she was gone. And I never heard about her again. She was talking to my, so a couple months after that, she did the same thing to my best friend. And my best friend, she was talking to my best friend, and she apologized to her, but I never got an apology until after I had my daughter. Then I had to get an apology. She was like, oh, well, I really want to be in your daughter, Kaylani's life. I'm like, no, ma'am, like, you crazy. So, she ended up being friends with my friend again. I told my friend, I warned her, I'm not going to tell nobody to stop talking to nobody. But I was like, girl, she crazy. You know she crazy. I don't know if you want to talk to her. My friend was like, oh, I think she... So... After I stopped talking to her, I thought that was it. But my best friend was still talking to her. And I already tell her to stop talking to girl because girl was crazy. But she don't want to listen. So she kept talking to old girl, which is Candy. We gonna call her Candy. So she kept talking to Candy. And basically, Candy has a boyfriend. Or had a boyfriend. I don't know if they still do. So Candy had a boyfriend that does tattoos. So my best friend had gotten her thigh done. And it was cute and everything. But so she had gotten her thigh done. And they were going to get it shaded in or whatever. So she went the day before, and then the next day they were going to get it shaded in. And so they was on the way to Candy's boyfriend's house, and Candy's boyfriend, Candy was tailing my best friend. So they were at a light. The light turned yellow. It was green. Then it turned yellow. Candy thought that my best friend was going to mash the gas and keep going. But my best friend pressed the brakes. She slammed on the brakes. So Candy rammed the back of my best friend's car. My best friend, she had gotten her car totaled. So she had to get a whole new car. Like, the whole bumper was gone. The wheel was coming out, like, the side of the car. So... Candy's mom came to the scene. My best friend didn't have anybody to come to the scene. So Candy's mom came to the scene. She was yelling at my best friend, even though she saw that her daughter was the cause of the accident. So after that, they had left the scene, and my friend's car was towed away. I had to go pick my best friend up or whatever. And after that, she said that Candy wasn't answering her insurance company, so she possibly wouldn't be able to get in the car. So, it took about almost a week or up to a week for Candy to answer their insurance company. Her mom refused to answer my friend aunt, anything. So she just went and contacted the insurance company kept contacting them. And so eventually Candy answered, and my best friend got the money for her new car. And so she got a new car. And that was it. Candy was like, I don't think I could be friends with so-and-so anymore because my mom doesn't like her. She knows that she was the cause of the accident, but my mom doesn't like her and everything. And then they got into an argument for some reason. And she was like, oh, well, I don't like her now either. And that was it. That was it. And Shorty was weird. So, yeah. That's it. Never talk to anybody that was taken out of your life. Don't ever talk to nobody that was taken out of your life, because it was taken out of your life for a reason. Some people, it's an exception. You can talk to them again, but people like that, don't talk to ever again. I don't care how long you knew them. Don't talk to them ever again. Don't do it. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. I'll be coming out with another one tomorrow about copycat. Yeah, so have a good one, y'all.